Hi guys, it's Reagan Freewalt back with another episode of Off the Canvas. Today we're going to be talking with Bryce Bowerman, a local tattoo artist and tattoo shop owner here in Savannah, Georgia. We're going to be talking all about the importance, the significance, and tattoo trends today in his studio while he works on a special tattoo piece of mine. Okay. Awesome. And then, okay, so you said that you started your apprenticeship at 19?
Sorry, in 2019.
Oh, 2019. Yeah. Okay, so you've been in the industry for about 7 years?
Yeah, that sounds right.
Nice.
Pre-pandemic.
Wow. Well, I'm just thinking, like, starting at that time had to have been rough because then COVID hit and couldn't really get that close to other people.
I mean, thankfully, Georgia was one of the weird states that, like, we weren't closed for too long.
Oh, you mean a redneck state?
Yeah.
Okay.
It was, like, we were, like, 2 weeks, and it was, like, us, like, movie theaters and bowling alleys could open.
Interesting.
So we were, like, one of the few places that could actually still open. So it was a weird time.
That was a weird time. Okay, can you tell me about how you first got into tattooing and what drew you to it as a form of creative expression?
It's definitely something that I always had on my radar. It's not usually the easiest industry to get into. As soon as I graduated, I put together a portfolio, realized I really didn't want to be behind a desk for 24 hours a day.
Yeah.
And then I started going around the shops looking for an apprenticeship to see if anyone would take me in, and luckily Peter was nice enough to give me a shot. And then him and a guy named Jordan pretty much taught me everything I know.
Wow.
I've been here ever since.
And how did your style of tattooing differ from theirs? Like, did you learned everything from them, but did you kind of create your own style after, would you say?
For the most part, I mean, like, trying to word this in a good way. Everyone tattoos really differently, and that's something I really like about the shop, is like everyone's got their own definitely expertise of what they came from, so I like to think I would be able to take a little bit from everybody and come up with something in between.
Right, makes sense.
We all tattoo extremely differently.
That's cool.
Yeah, I mean, I really do like that about, like, everyone here has totally got a different vibe. Instead of being at a shop that exclusively everybody does Japanese tattoos, or
right.
We all do a little bit of everything.
So then what would you classify as your styling, like your style of tattooing? Do you have like a set?
It probably falls under like black work, like illustrative is probably like,
okay.
But then again I do a lot of like color old school stuff as well, like color traditional. So it kind of bounces between those two. It's a lot of dot work. I'm doing black and gray for the most part. I'm doing a lot of dots. In color, I'm usually end up more traditional.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah, it's a little bit, keeps me from getting bored.
So then, what would you say is do you have like a personal fashion style that you would classify yourself under?
Oh, I don't know. To be 100%, no, that's not a great answer.
I mean, it's an answer though.
Everyone just tells me I look like I grew up in Colorado.
When you said you grew up in Colorado, I was gonna say that kind of makes sense.
Yeah, that is, yeah, usually.
Okay, that's fair. So then, how do you think that your personal style of growing up in Colorado kind of interacts with your tattoos? I mean, you wear a lot of flannels and kind of seem like a more outdoorsy dresser kind of guy.
Yeah. I'm not going to answer that question.
Well, I feel like you have a lot of more like flora and fauna tattoos, so do you think that kind of like works?
That is definitely, I mean, I agree. I definitely grew up around like a bunch of people getting old school tattoos, so most of my stuff kind of always ended up like leaning towards that way. My best friends, I'm trying to think how he was related to me. He was my best friend in high school's like older brother was a tattooer. He was an old school tattooer in Colorado. He kind of got me like interested in the style and that kind of.
Right. That's cool. Let's see what else we got to throw at you. This one's more of like a factual question, but has fashion or different fashion subcultures influenced your work at all?
Not necessarily in the sense of like stuff that I'd sit down and draw, but it definitely influences like the stuff I'll do on a day to day. 100%. Like cyber sigillism right now is super big.
Right. Yeah, I have seen that. I have a couple friends with cyber sigillism tattoos.
Yeah.
Do you have any examples of ones that you think have aged horribly?
I think there's a point where like some super small like realism stuff kind of gets to the point where in a couple years it just kind of ends up being a little muddy. I think a better way to go is like something like we're doing here that's like a little bit more stylized but still small.
Yeah.
Without like having to pack in like a hyper realistic. I feel like my video may have just kind of.
That's okay.
At me.
Yeah, it's
We're mostly. Oh yeah.
there.
Cool.
Or do you think that cyber sigillism will age well?
I think if it's done well, 100%. I think the thing with that is like, usually it's done with enough black that it will definitely look nice as long as it's done well. And like especially those people that are doing it in a way that like it's flowing with the body well. Like I think those will definitely age well. Even if 50 years from now it's some bits faded, as long as it's flowing with the body still, it'll still look good.
Right. That makes sense. Do you think that tattoos can be considered a form of fashion?
Oh my god, 100%. I think they can be. I don't think they are for everybody. Like there's definitely two different camps in the way like people getting tattoos. They're definitely either in that like fashion body adornment camp, or they're definitely in like more like a sentimental camp. If that makes any sense. And sometimes those overlap, sometimes they don't.
Right.
But I definitely think they're part of fashion if they want. If that's your goal going into it. There's definitely people that are coming in and they're just looking for like a memorial tattoo. And they don't, it doesn't need to be aesthetically pleasing, they're just looking for the grandmother's handwriting, and it just needs to be, and that's
Right.
still like perfectly good reason to get a tattoo, just definitely falls in that sentimental category versus looking at like a body modification, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, for sure. We're going through these questions pretty fast, actually. Why do you think people find so much importance in getting tattoos through a function of expressing themselves?
I don't know. I feel like everyone's definitely got a different reason for how they kind of end up like coming to liking tattoos. For me, like I always love the permanence of them. Like I like that, never having to worry about like no matter what I'm wearing, no matter anything, like this is now part of me. I always love that part of it.
Yeah. Do you think that your tattoos are more adornment or memorial?
Definitely more in like an adornment category for the most part. I have a couple that are like meaningful, but for the most part, they're in that category. I just found some cool stuff I liked and ran with it.
Okay.
I don't know. Me personally, like I always liked that. Like I've loved tattoos fucking forever.
Right.
There comes a point where like 50 years from now, I'm still gonna absolutely love whatever random thing I put on me.
Right. Yeah.
understand that. Because I feel like even if it's not like, even if you grow and it wasn't your style, it's not your style in the future, like it was still a part of you at some point, so it's still to commemorate
100%.
that part of you.
Yeah, like, exactly. That's the thing. I mean, as long as they're, like, done well and, like, yeah, I mean, if people get, like, bad tattoos, I'm more than happy to, like, do a cover-up or something for somebody, but, like, for the most part, like, if they were done with thought the first time, like, they're going to be good forever. If they're done well and they were done with thought the first time.
Have you done any cover-ups of something that was, like, truly horrible?
Nothing like...
Have you ever covered up a name?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. That's usually, like, the most common cover-up for the most part. It's that or, like, it's usually names or, like, people got something, like, not done fantastic are usually, like, the two, like, main reasons people end up getting cover-ups.
I love looking at, like, slideshows of people's stupid tattoos that they got. Like stupid tattoos. Or like a SpongeBob, or like, do you have a SpongeBob?
No, I have this happy face.
That sounds awesome.
This was supposed to be a 7-7, but we were drunk and we did it with a stick and box, and it was.
I thought it was a horse.
my mom is like, it looks like a cockroach, and I'm like,
Oh, no.
No, it doesn't.
Yeah, but see, that's a good story. I'm still here for that.
Right. Yeah, I got a bunch of stick and pokes too.
I have a happy face one.
Mine has lasted pretty well. I got like an airplane on my ankle.
oh yeah.
And when I was like 15, and I still have it. Like, it hasn't faded at all. It looks pretty realistic,
They don't
actually.
last so long.
Oh yeah, they last forever.
Yeah.
I had a girl in my grade. She put a sun like around her boob, but it was like,
Around?
yeah, it was like the nipple was like the sun, and then like the sun rays were like going like this, she tried to scrub it off with salt.
Oh my god.
Doesn't that sound just like awful?
Yeah.
Yeah.
My friend, when she did it, like she did a happy face on her feet,
Oh yeah.
And her mom is like super Catholic, so she was like, you gotta take it off before like your dad sees it, and like she makes her like literally scrub it with salt until it went away, and it did once.
It did go away.
Yeah.
Okay, well that's good. At least. This one hurts a little bit more. Okay, let's see. Have you noticed clients becoming more intentional about how their tattoos work with their wardrobe, body type, or aesthetic?
Not necessarily more. I feel like everyone's... Again, I think it goes back to that, like, why they're coming in for that tattoo in the first place. Like, I think if they're coming in for that aesthetic, like, they're just coming in because they saw something cool. I think that's definitely always been kind of in a mindset for people. I definitely don't think it's a new thing. I definitely have clients that kind of like cater to that more than others. And that's definitely like, I don't know, it comes person to person. It's probably easier to have that. Like, I definitely have some people that come in that definitely have like an aesthetic that matches the kind of tattoos we're looking for, and then I have clients that come in and their only goal is that it looks nice. You know what I mean? Like, that's or you kind of fall in that like sentimental category that they're purely just, this is a memorial tattoo for XYZ, and like that's the most important bit, and here's where I want it. You know what I mean? Most people fall in probably one of those three categories.
Okay. Do you think that people usually, like, once they get a tattoo of one style, they usually stick with that style? Or have you had people kind of switch around their different styles?
I definitely have people switch around styles. Usually most people seem to stick with either like black or gray or color.
Okay.
I don't see many people like flipping between like one tattoo's color, one tattoo's black and gray. But like style-wise, like, yeah, I mean, I think it depends on what their end goal is. If their end goal is for like something cohesive, then they almost always will stick with that same style, or at least like try to get it close enough that it'll all still kind of flow.
Okay. Gotcha. like 1 or 2 more questions for you. Do you think that certain fashion movements have shaped tattoo trends?
Oh my god, yeah, 100%. I mean, there's definitely like, always.
Right.
100% of the time. I mean, hell, I don't think half of the tattoos in the 90s would have been as popular if there wasn't like a huge grunge movement. Like,
Right.
I feel like tattooing, especially like, I don't want to use the word fad, but like more popular like tattoo designs definitely like were shaped by like fashion movements at the time. I feel like that would definitely continue to be the case.
Right, with like the grunge movement, the hippie movement.
100%. Like I definitely like. You can definitely like. Most people have a vibe.
Mhm. Do you think that fads are more prevalent now than they were when it comes to tattooing?
I don't think so. No. I mean, I can't speak for anything past like since I've been tattooing, but like. I feel like there's definitely always going to be fads. I mean,
But if you look back on like the grunge movement, like versus like now, when I feel like a lot of people talk about when everyone was getting like infinity signs or like now it's bows and stuff. So
before that it was cherries and barbed wire, and before that it was flat. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I feel like
I guess you make a very valid point.
there's been it's not a bad thing. It's just, you know, people gotta start somewhere.
It's true. Do you have any predictions for what the next trend is gonna be?
Definitely like barbed wire is definitely on the uptick the past like year or so. Definitely like a lot of like cyber sigillism is getting super big right now. Traditional tattoos are always in. They just never go out of style.
Traditional? Like, is that like the American,
Yes.
like, okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Sorry, I just ruined your shot.
No, you're good.
I realized like as I reach for it.
When you're usually tattooing people, are you guys usually yapping, or do you usually work in silence?
I usually let that up to the client. I'm totally down to talk.
Would you consider yourself a talkative person? The long side tells me a lot.
Not like usually. It's probably the like.
Okay.
Like I'm definitely. Most people come in to get tattooed. They're talking more than I am. This is probably the most I've talked during a tattoo in a minute.
The video is so
What'd you say?
The video is so good.
Thank you, Miranda.
You're welcome.
You can hear the beep. Sorry.
No, it's fine. We'll probably just Frankenstein the shots together.
Yeah, I mean, a good chunk of the time, like people are just coming in. Tattoo's therapy for a lot of people.
Yeah,
They
for
come to hear
sure.
me talk.
Do you consider yourself a therapist?
I mean, I think
Of
some.
sorts?
Yeah, of sorts. I think it depends on the client. Depends on how long I've been tattooing them.
Do you usually have repeat clients?
Yeah, for the most part. We definitely do like some one-off walk-ins. But for the most part, most of my clients are.
Cool. What kind of stories do you think you tell with your own tattoos? And what kind of stories do you want to tell in the future? It's the last question, I swear.
No, you're good. You said it to me beforehand. I did not have a good answer. I don't know. I think I always just. I think it's a hard question for me to answer because most of the time it's not my story I'm trying to tell. If that makes any sense.
With your own tattoos?
Like the tat on me or the ones I'm doing?
The ones on you.
The ones on me, I guess same answer. Because like for the most part, like my first couple tattoos were purely things that were like super sentimental to me, and then past that, like my leg for the most part is like flash I've gotten from different tattooers that like no one had taken, and I thought it was super cool. I love getting stuff like that. Someone pour some time and energy into that haven't found a home yet. I mean, again, if something else, something will come with me, I'll definitely get tattooed on me, but for the most part, I'm just going to start collecting. I think that's way more fun for me personally.
Yeah. Do you think you have more adornment tattoos than sentimental?
Yes, 100%. 100%. I probably maybe have like 1 or 2 sentimental tattoos.
What are they? If you don't mind me asking.
You're good. My, both of my upper arm, I have a lucky on my upper arm. My grandfather was a gambler. And then I have like a all-seeing eye on my inner arm. My grandfather on the other side was like a designer. It was one of those things that based off that.
That's very cool.
Yeah, past that, I mean.
Did you get those before? Like, were those your first tattoos?
First couple.
Okay.
My first one was the one on my inner arm, and then
the designer grandpa.
yes, and then what even was my second tattoo? I don't remember what my second tattoo was. Somewhere in there.
How many tattoos do you think that you have total?
Oh, I have no idea. Definitely not as covered as some tattooers. I'll get there. I was never kind of like a rush to cover my. It'll get there.
Right.
I have no idea, to be honest.
I mean, you got time, so. And so, you know.
How are you doing? Just a question.
Oh, I'm fine.
Okay.
It burns a little, but for the most part, I'm chilling.
Let me get this baseline work done, and then I'll scrub you off, and then we'll go in and add a little bit more stippling to all of them, unify them all.
Okay.